Hey y'all, it's Shantia, and I am back with another word, okay? Back with another banger, okay? So listen, y'all, I got a word, and honestly, I'm just keep it 100, okay? I was not gonna get on here and do a video because I like my videos to be real and authentic, okay? I'm not the one that's just gonna come in here just to release a video like just because. So like if I'm not really feeling it or like I'm not really hearing a word from God, I'd be like, you know what? I'm not gonna do it until God gives me a word or confirms something to me. So anyways, first of all, my bad, y'all. I apologize. Welcome to all my new subscribers, okay? My name is Shantia. Welcome to the channel, okay? Thank you to all the people who sow seeds into me, okay? I love you all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, okay? So listen, I'm trying to get used to this whole intro thing, y'all. I'll be ready to just jump in the word, okay? So God gave me a word today, and I'm gonna first start off with the scripture of where the word came from, okay? And so he led me to 2 Samuel 7 verses 18, okay? And so before this scripture, this passage, God was talking about his promises to David, okay? And so now this passage that I'm about to read is talking about David's prayer, but I'm only reading one scripture. So 2 Samuel 17 says, "Then King David went in and sat before the Lord and said, 'Who am I, sovereign Lord, and what is my family that you have brought me this far?'" Okay. And so the last part that says, what is my family that you have brought me this far, that you have brought me this far. When I read those words, all I instantly heard was stepping into the unknown or the advantage of stillness. Okay. And so I really heard step into the unknown, but those are the two things. And so God wanted me to touch on the topic of stepping into the unknown, okay? Because a lot of us are stepping into the unknown, and the unknown is scary, okay? The unknown, the verge of that in between of where you are and where God is showing you or what you're about to step into is always a lot of times like the most difficult part of the process, because that's when the enemy likes to come in. That's when he likes to throw in distractions. He likes to come into your mind, right? He likes to use people closest to you, your family members, to like get you off track or distract you or whatever the case is, okay? That right there, that time right there is the most like important time that you should be spending with God, because the enemy likes to come in during that time, okay? So God was talking about stepping into the unknown, and I wrote down some things, and I said stepping into the unknown means to become still, okay? So I said to become still is to become one with the one God created you to be, okay? So what I was feeling in my spirit is that God is forcing a lot of you into stillness. God is forcing a lot of you into stillness, okay? And sometimes the only way that God is able to do that is that he has to shake things up in your life, okay? So your life may be going one way, okay? And then instantly something happens, okay? And it shakes things up, and you know, you get frustrated, you begin to cry and all these kind of other things. And really, honestly, I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all. What God was talking to me about is he was just saying the reason why my children, you know, get frustrated when things start not to, you know, like don't go their way or X, Y, and Z is because we're spoiled. We spoiled. Okay, because God always comes through, because God always keeps his promises, because God is always performing miracles, signs, and wonders. Okay, we become spoiled. Okay, and so, and it's not our fault, you know, God be the one that be spoiling us, child. Listen, okay, so God was just like, we become spoiled. And so sometimes when we become too spoiled or too dependent on God, right, to the point where maybe we're not listening no more, or maybe we're being disobedient or things like that, God will have to stir things up or shake things up in order to regain our focus or realign us, okay, with the version of who he called us to be. So he was just talking to me about saying that a lot of my kids are stepping into the unknown, and he's forcing a lot of you into stillness, okay? Stillness can be what you create it to be, honestly. Stillness is not a bad thing. I'm sorry, y'all. Stillness is not a bad thing, okay? Stillness can be whatever it is that you want it to be. In your stillness, you could be having the most beautiful time ever because you're focused on yourself. You have no distractions, right? It's just you and God. Now, listen, stillness ain't always fun, child. Listen, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Who has fun reading the Bible? Like, don't get me wrong. I be reading the Bible and the stories are like bomb, y'all. I be laughing. I'm like, ooh, this is good. But then sometimes I be getting bored and I be like, look, Lord, look, okay? I love the Bible. I'm so grateful for it. But sometimes I just be getting bored, okay? I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. If y'all think that I just be sitting there just reading my Bible, no, child. That ain't how this go. God will just lead me to scripture. I'll read a little above, a little below, boom, 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 get the word. That's how it is. Now, but I say all of that to say that stillness can be what you create it to be, okay? And if you change your perspective and your mindset and you invite stillness and you invite the unknown, okay? Instead of pushing the unknown away, instead of, you know, having the fear or the doubt of the unknown or, you know, like it being scary, like invite it. Invite it, because the unknown is where the most beautiful miracles happen, right? The most beautiful transformations happen when you fully step into the unknown, okay? And you invite it into your space. And so I wrote down and I said, how do you become the one? How do you become still, right? And so what I wrote down is sometimes life will push you into the unknown, okay? Will push you into stillness to the point where it almost breaks you, but God allows it to get to that point until you finally surrender, okay? And so God was saying, he said, I need my kids to get desperate for me. Ooh, that was a word. I didn't even know I wrote that. God said, I need my kids to get desperate for me, okay? And, you know, some of us have entered a season where we have been desperate for God, and then some of us have not, you know, reached that point where we have not been desperate for God yet. And this is a non-judgmental channel, okay? So we ain't judging you, child. If you have not gotten there yet, that's fine. It's okay, okay? But then you have some of us like myself who has gotten to that point where you've got desperate for God. And when you get desperate for God, let me tell you something. He gonna change your life. He gonna change your life. When you desperate for God, when you don't want nothing or no one else but God, but God's presence, right? But to experience him, not to experience his hand, not to experience his blessings, but to experience him, right? To allow him to love on you, to allow him to correct you, right? To show you what forgiveness is, to show you how to love yourself, to show you how to love others, right? To show you how to be a blessing, to show you how to start tithing, right? Whatever it is, like when you experience God and you learn his character in that season of stillness, okay? It's the most beautiful thing ever, okay? So he was like, I need some of my kids to get desperate for me, right? And the only way that you can get desperate for God is for God to force you, gently force you into stillness, okay? To shake things up, okay? And so, so let me make sure I test, okay? Okay, so then he had me write this down. Now listen, okay. Don't take this personal. I know I'm all up in somebody's business right now, but this is what I had to write down. So it says, be still so God can show you what he's doing in your life, not so that you can tell him what you're doing, okay? And I wrote it down and I was like, look, they not gonna like that one. So listen, a lot of times we like to come to God, right? We like to come to God and we like to say, God, this is what I'm doing. God, I'm working on this song. God, I'm working on this book. God, I had this business plan. I had this business deal. God, I got this job. And we ask God to bless it, right? And every single time we go into God, God this, God that, God, I'm doing. And God was like, listen, my child, I understand what you doing, but you moving a little bit too fast because you focus on what you doing and you not worried about or focus on or asking me what it is that I'm trying to do in you, okay? So a lot of times we be trying to build a house when God is trying to build us, okay? And so God is saying, you can't build nothing in this season by yourself because I'm still trying to build you from the inside out. And a lot of times we begin to run away from what God is trying to do within us. Okay, that's fear of the unknown, when you're trying to run away from whatever God is doing. Because honestly, in reality, when God shakes things up, right, in your life, and things start to happen in ways that go against what your norm is, go against what your everyday life is, right, and certain circumstances start popping up and stuff, it really has nothing to do with what happened. It really has nothing to do with you losing your finances. It has nothing to do with you losing your house, losing that relationship. It has nothing to do with that. But it has everything to do with God trying to get your attention and God trying to build something within you, okay? Because you don't know the next season that you're stepping into. You don't know the influence that God is getting ready to bring you. You don't know the business deals that God is getting ready to bring you. You don't know the house. You don't know the finances. You don't know what God is getting ready to do in this next season. And so God, a lot of times, will stop us in our tracks and force us into stillness, okay, so that we can boldly step into the unknown, so that he can do something in us and build us up from the inside out, okay? So this is the message. God is saying, stop running. Stop running from the unknown. Stop fearing the unknown, okay? God is with you. The unknown is here to help you. It's here to launch you. It's just another step in order to get you to the next position or the next place that God is trying to take you into, okay? So I love you all, and I pray that this word blesses you like it blessed me, okay? I pray that you all can feel God's love and God's comfort in this word. But God is saying you are stepping into the unknown. Receive it, open your arms to it, and make the best of it. You can create this experience however you want to create it. If you want to have fear and you want to live in doubt and you want to cry and run away and do all those things, you can do that. And God's going to run it back. Run it back. The reason why we end up in the same situations, right? Every single year, in the same place every single year, because you were scared to step into the unknown. My God, who am I talking to? You were scared to step into the unknown, and God was like, dang, I really wanted to do that for them this year. But they weren't ready. So we're going to run it. We're going to run it back. We're going to run that play back. We're going to do it again, okay? That's what God does until you learn, until you pass the test, until you learn your lesson. And then once you do that, then that's when God going to elevate you, okay? So listen, we passing tests in this season, okay? Don't run from it. Run to it. Run to it. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. You better know who you have inside of you, okay? So listen, I pray that you all can receive this word. I love you all. Until next time. Bye.